everybody, I'm back with another video. I wanted to come in here and make a video real quick this morning. Woke up this morning, I think I slept okay last night, but I had a few thoughts today about this scandal and, you know, the issue relating to my siblings and their, you know, petty behavior and competitive behavior, and the whole issue on Facebook, and all of it makes me really ill. There is nothing wrong with me. You know, I think I present myself very well. I think they have blown it way out of proportion. The only thing that has changed about me is my hair, okay? And I have been experimenting for many years to try to find something that looks work appropriate for an African American person. I think it looks fine. I think I dress well. I usually wear slacks in the office. Sometimes I wear a skirt. I don't dress in a provocative manner. I think a lot of women would wear mini skirts every once in a while, but I haven't even worn those in a long time, okay? So there really is nothing to nitpick on me, okay? I think what happened to me is an absolute tragedy, and that my sister has taken her jealousy, and you get a lot of other people co-signing on it, on top of it, and this has been a big issue for no reason. Now, at my age, just because a woman dresses well, or tries to, you know, dress well in the office, you're supposed to, okay? Anybody, you get any book or professional book, they're going to advise you to dress nice. Now, at Murray's Place, I kind of dressed off and on because I was at a farm, okay? You know, but every time I've had a job, I've always worn slacks, a dress, skirt, you know, the typical office, I guess, attire that I felt accommodates myself, okay? So right now I'm wearing a lot of slacks, more slacks than I usually wear because it's super cold right now. Slacks, you know, a sweater type, or like a little cardigan, or sometimes a vest jacket or something like that, and depending on whatever, but it's always office appropriate, and that's pretty much what I wear. So really, I'm not... They're blowing things up out of, you know, my hairstyles work for me because I'm an African American, period. Okay, our hair is different, so we do different things with our hair. And I get tired of people who don't understand that, okay? To me, I get irritated with people who are constantly, you know, asking me about my hair or bothering me about it, because, look, you know what, there's a difference between our hair is what makes us different than white women, okay? And to constantly point it out, to many black women, we find it annoying, okay? We find it annoying, we find it offensive, okay? If you're that interested in black hair, go Google it, okay? Don't bother me about my hair, plain and simple, okay? It doesn't need to be addressed, okay? Also, what did I want to say? I'm not, you know, I have nothing to apologize for. This is who I am, okay? So by the time I'm 60 years old, Maria's going to continue to be Maria, okay? This is what works for me. What offends my sister is that she's jealous, plain and simple, and she's let this whole thing get out of control. I have never done anything to hurt anybody. Also, what else? And my taking care of myself is not... because, and this is the ignorance of her and a lot of people, because a lot of people, they don't, like my sister, who was raised to think that the way that my mom thinks, okay? My mom thinks it's okay to, you know, not exercise. She thinks it's okay to eat whatever you want, and then hate everybody who cares about their health, okay? And that's wrong, okay? It's wrong to be that way. You're supposed to take care of your health. You're supposed to take care of your appearance. You're supposed to look your best. That's the way it's supposed to be. It is not supposed to be the opposite way around. That is improper thinking, and everybody should know that, okay? So what you're dealing with is people co-signing on my sister's jealousy, which is stupid. There's nothing wrong with me, and that has nothing to do with trying to attract the attention of the opposite sex. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It is total bullshit. Now, there's a difference between dressing provocatively and dressing professionally, okay? Now, let's just say, for example, a woman's wearing like a super tight mini skirt. Now, that's provocative, and you're deliberately trying to get male attention. I'm not doing that, okay? My sister's pointing me out, and she's singling me out, and then she's having companies singling me out for sexual harassment, and then probably adding the whole Polly and Piggy thing on top of it. That's bullshit, okay? It's not happening. Now, you got to think about women my age. Most men my age Most men my age are not something to look at. They're not, okay? The older you get, the less exciting men are, okay? They're just not. And the idea of me being with a younger man is just not even happening. I can't even imagine what I could possibly relate to. What could we possibly talk about? So I'm being accused of things that I have no intentions of doing. My goal in life is to not. My mother had a heart attack, I think, when she was a little bit younger than me. I don't want that stuff. I don't want any of that stuff. And I do. I believe that, I enjoy coordinating my colors. I enjoy that sort of stuff. What's wrong with that? It's a girly thing. So whatever. Stop being jealous. My sister, stop being jealous. It's ridiculous. But no, I mean, like, most men my age and older, to me, are nothing to look at. They're just not. Now, when I was younger, men are far better looking when they're younger, okay? But like I said, I'm not, that's not on my mind. I've really been wanting to just be stable, okay? I know a lot of women are constantly thinking about romance. And you know what? Those ideas are nice and flowery, but stop trying to put issues or create issues that aren't there. That's what makes me so angry. And to do so and constantly, play this matchmaking love game is a form of sexual harassment, and I'm sick and tired of it. So people like my sister, people like Karen Johnson and people like her, they scare me, okay, because they don't understand me, and they accuse me, or they try to project their personal desires onto me. I am not interested in that. For the last few years, I've been wanting to just get stable, okay? And also, I wanted to also add, that the very fact that they took away my my career path, what I'm supposed to do, has put me in an even more awkward financial situation. Now, I'm assuming that these people wanted me to get away from Piggy. I'm assuming, okay? Now, really, okay, aside from Piggy and his mom being that weird way, okay? Aside from them being that way, okay, nobody should force people into that sort of situation. That's something that should have been talked about in the family, only the family, okay? But the thing is that, okay, so by limiting my income, you're making it very difficult for me to actually make that to accomplish such a thing, okay? Because right now I don't make enough. I have to sit here and save up money so I can, to try to finagle getting out of here. So if I was making the money that I was supposed to be making, I would have had that money in the bank already, okay? So all the way around, you look at it, I'm dealing with things that are beyond my control, and they shouldn't be this way, okay? I should be able to make whatever, okay? And that's ridiculous, and all of it's so annoying that I can't even tell you. But it is extremely draining. Last night I just couldn't wait to go to sleep because I just needed to shut my brain down, because all of it was making me so angry, and it was so unjust and so foolish. It's foolish, okay? And I'm tired of dealing with the foolishness, okay? What I'm dealing with is completely unjust, and I deserve compensation, but you know what? I'm going to have to take care of myself, and that's the worst part of it, because I didn't deserve any of it. You basically persecuted an innocent person. Okay, I'm going to wrap this video up. I got to get ready for work, okay? I got to get dressed. Talk to you later. Bye.